On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We are going to kick it off this morning with an update. The woman with them fine with her body riddled with corner wounds all over the upper body and head in Falmouth, Trelawny, has since been positively identified by the police. Now, Deputy Superintendent in charge of the Trelawny Police Division stated that fatal knockings and clappings took place along Duke Street in Falmouth on Tuesday morning. And the woman who lost her life has since been identified as 36-year-old Kemeisha Smith, said to be of a Norwood address in the parish of St. James. The Trelawny police stated that they also recovered 5 9mm shells from the scene. No motive has since been established for that fatal knockings and clappings. Now we are going to start off this morning's set of story with a missing person story, but this one is really, really sad. Now a mother and their 5-year-old son has gone missing. Not in Jamaica, but in Mexico. Now it is said that this female, presently on your screen, identified as Shamara Pashan Vassal, and their 5-year-old child, Shaheem Shamar Marshall, went to Mexico to go through the border to enter into the United States of America, and have not been seen or heard from for about 15 days now. Her mother is worried sick. It is said that she is from the community of Jonestown in Arnett Gardens. Her child's father, who is presently in America, who was supposed to meet them at the border, is also worried sick. Now anyone knowing the whereabouts of these two, please alert the local or the Mexican police. Her mother, Cassandra Miller, has since released a video pleading for her daughter's safe return. Boy, may I tell you, my peeps, the thing rough. This is the video of her mother.
Afternoon, guys. I'm Shamara mother in Arnett Garden, and this is our daughter who she left behind. I'm just begging you to help and find Shamara and King.
Jano Star, my peeps. The thing really, really rough where that is concerned, but we know say Jamaica hard. We know say everybody really want a slice out of the pie for land in the land of opportunity, as some may have it in the United States of America. But whilst doing so, my peeps, please be very, very cautious and vigilant, especially when you're a female, and also especially if you're traveling with a young child. Over Mexico there, a serious place. Remember, say Mexico is famous for a lot of bad things. The cartels them, human trafficking business and all of them type of thing there. So We really have to be very vigilant and careful when we are making these life-changing decisions. It can be life-changing in a good way, where you find yourself in America and you make good of the opportunities presented. Or it can be life-changing in a bad way, such as this one, where the mother and son is now missing without a trace. So Shamara, if you're listening and watching this video presently, find a way to reach out to your family members. They are worried sick. And if anyone over there in Mexico going through the border or even out there on vacation, and you have seen this person presently on your screen or even glimpse somebody will look like her, please alert On The Spot News Media or the Jamaican authorities or even the Mexican authorities. Or just even say to her, ask her, hey, is this you? Your family members are worried sick. And give her a call and make sure reach out to them and make them know say she's okay. Yeah man, each one help one. Now over there in the St. Catherine North Police Division, who remember this story where this little boy was left locked in a motor car and he ended up losing his 3 points whilst locked in the car, couldn't breathe, and of course the heat would have taken over and he lost his life sadly. Now after all these years, because this took place in 2022, an elderly woman has been finally charged with manslaughter following the 2022 loss of life of the 4-year-old boy. The female in question has since been identified as 63-year-old Lorleen Naylor, said to be a retiree from Innswood Village in the parish of St. Catherine. Now for those who forgot, reports from the police suggest that on February 24th, 2022, Lorleen Naylor left 4-year-old Jordan Clark locked in a motor car at the Destow Bennett Basic School in the parish. It is said that Lorleen Naylor had transported Jordan and other students to school that morning. Sometime around 3 p.m. she returned to the car and found the child in an unresponsive state. Jordan was however rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced you know what, sadly. So it is really sad all around for everyone involved. But anyway, make we continue. And still in the St. Catherine North Police Division, the Linstead Police are seeking to identify the criminal elements who took the life of a man said to be of unsound mind. It is said that the criminal elements used a machete to inflict several wounds all over the upper body and head of the man. Now, pictures received by On The Spot News Media was rather really gruesome to see how they dealt with that man of unsound mind. For no apparent reason, it is said that he was accused of doing something and he told them that he was not the person involved, and they used a machete to inflict several wounds all over his body. May I tell you, say, the pictures are really, really graphic. Them open up the man Farin, even him nose they so bust wide open where you can literally sit down in a the man cranium. Then deal with the situation grimy. Now this is a picture of the now deceased man in better days, of course. He has since been identified as Maro Young, otherwise known as Omar. It is said that he was very much an okay person back in the days, but for some reason, as the streets would have said, him head chip and him just basically went insane. And for a group of men who is sane to deal with a person who is not mentally stable in such a way, it is very telling to the type of society that we're presently living in. Heartless. Now, anyone who saw these culprits, please reach out to the Linstead police. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger. Give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, cool lush hills of Manchester. Boy, what a combination of words. War-torn, cool, lush hills of Manchester. I did want to know Manchester people. Just like how I want St. Elizabeth people. For stop make the outsiders infiltrate your communities. Because of them coming on the communities now, with them dirty scamming blood money and corrupt the minds of your youths. And this is the end result of what you allowed to happen. I always telling you, if you not nip certain things in the bud right away, these criminal elements are going to blossom into uncontrollable monsters. And presently, that is what we are presently seeing. Now the Manchester Police Division has been rocked with yet again another fatal knockings and clappings. So basically 3 fatalities in less than 24 hours in the parish of Manchester. Now a man lose 3 pints in Christiana. Yeah, man. So a man lose 3 pints in a bar in Christiana, Manchester, Wednesday night, that last night. Bringing to 3, as I stated earlier, the number of people will lose them 3 pints in just under 24 hours. So the man presently on your screen, relatives have identified the deceased as Romario White, said to be 29 years old and a carpenter and resident of Silent Hill in the parish. Now, according to the Christiana police, they stated that sometime around 8 p.m. last night, White was inside a bar when a man walked up and pulled a firearm from his waistband and opened gunfire, hitting Romario White all over the upper body and head. Romario was, however, rushed to the Percy Junior Hospital in Spalding, where he was pronounced, you know what. The councillor again, David Knight, expressed alarm at the spate of fatal knockings and clappings in Manchester. So, my peeps, Manchester, you and St. Elizabeth are very much hastily so on the brink of destruction. But it is not too late to save these parishes. Only if its residents decide to put them foot down and come out in solidarity against these criminal elements. Within any community, no matter how bad that community is, I've said this already and I will say it again. It is just a handful of criminal elements that continues to hold an entire community or parish hostage. A handful. Out of 100%, I'm pretty sure that less than 25% are the criminal elements. And I would push it up to 30% because you do have criminal enablers. But the majority, no matter how bad you see a community is, are decent, law-abiding citizens. How long are we going to continue to allow these criminal elements to hold us hostage? Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough, but anyway, make we continue. Now we have a few wanted persons who the JCF has named wanted by them. Now the first person presently on your screen is a female Not too often we see a female make it on the JCF most wanted list, but a female has made it nonetheless. She has since been identified as Tykees Henry, said to be wanted by the JCF for obtaining money by false pretense and other similar crimes. So she is basically a little con artist, a scammer, if you may. The next person presently on your screen has since been identified as Nicholas Stephen. Is a little raper bull, said to frequent the areas of Islington in St. Mary and Mount Pelier and Sandy Bay also in Hanover. So this brother here a travel far and wide across parishes. Now this criminal element here is wanted by the police. So if anyone know the whereabouts of Nicholas Stevens, remember, you the females and all girl children out there not safe as long as this whole nastiness here still roam the streets. And last but most definitely, not the least, another raper bull, identified as Leon Record, but more popularly known in the streets as Brown Dog. Yeah, man. Now he's said to frequent the Green Island community, Lucy Hanover, and also in Negril, Westmoreland. So Brown Dog, you are wanted by the police. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of any one of these three criminal elements, please alert the nearest police station. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger. Give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. So the last thing that we're going to talk about in the morning, my peeps, is another double fatal knockings and clappings that took place in the parish of Westmoreland in a section known as Morgan's Bridge, on a Grangel side there, so a section known as Top Lincoln, right near the vicinity of the Early Childhood Institute. Now that took place yesterday, sometime between 2 and 2:30 p.m. Now the two will end up lose for them 3 pints. A two young youth. A youth identified as Ramesh O'Connor. We not get fame biodata as yet, so we're not really sure of his age, but he's from the Townhead section in Westmoreland. And another young youth identified as Jahil J. Tomlinson, 15 years old. The 15-year-old come from Burnt Savannah in Westmoreland, and another 18-year-old get caught up and seriously injured. Now it is said that all three was standing in the vicinity of an abandoned shop when a male drove up on a motorcycle and just opened gunfire and wet them up. I tell you, spread them out like a sheet, leaving 2 of them lifeless and 1 seriously injured. Now, this community, known as Top Lincoln, is a known troubled spot in the Westmoreland Police Division for quite some time. That community of Top Lincoln has been rocked with several murders over the years, and the knockings and clappings continues. Now, these communities, really impoverished place. For those who know the Top Lincoln community, the whole heap of rich people really live around there. So if you ever see some little TikTok business or some Instagram posts where people do for fun, where it a show house a move pan handcart, donkey pull an entire house pan handcart, most of the time in that community there, that was filmed. So say a whole heap of boat villa and whole heap of little nook and cranny, each up in a one little place here, there and everywhere in the Top Lincoln, Grangel community of Westmoreland. So we don't understand how so much gun and gunman there in them the place there. Well, we understand still because normally in the poor communities you find these types of atrocities. Around this are supposed to invent bike taxi because at bike taxi basically are the main mode of transportation in a them communities there and surrounding communities like it. A full time now still, the poor youths them understand themselves and stop nyama off each other food. And me can bet me last dollar this thing here is rooted if you trace where it come from. Some sort of money business, some sort of scamming business, always at the root cause. Anytime you see fatalities happen in areas like those in Westmoreland. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.